Hi there, my beautiful Capricorn Aquarius. Welcome into your reading. So today we're going to be looking into your month of May and what you can expect as always for career and love. And we're going to start here with some overall energy. So let's see where we go with that. We have pineapple, reconciliation. Let's see what that is about. We have whipping willow, family sorrow. Fly, a period of ill health, depression. We have camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Leg, stepping into a new experience. Goldfish, increasing material wealth or spiritual growth. And we have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. It's such a shame that this card kind of came last because this almost felt like I don't know, like a time, not timeline, but like a sequence of events. I wouldn't be surprised if it really was, to be honest. If you've been I want to say not feeling yourself. Maybe things haven't been, I don't know, with this dissatisfaction with life, maybe things haven't been really motivating and interesting and exciting. Maybe you've been feeling like life is letting you down a little bit, or I don't know, that there's not, I don't know, things aren't pulling you anymore. That is the thing that I'm getting is like there's just this, okay, you know, this just bogged down kind of energy. I feel like this reconciliation could actually be like you reconciling with yourself. And I feel like maybe your mental health hasn't been the greatest because of it, hasn't been the greatest because you haven't really been feeling like things are necessarily flowing in the right direction. Maybe family or friends relationships haven't been the greatest too, or maybe they're just certain relationships that aren't in the right place. Maybe something happened in your family. And I feel like everything has been kind of accumulating. And maybe your mental health hasn't been the greatest. And I feel like this month you could actually find a little bit of relief on that. Persevere and you will overcome problems. I definitely feel like this is you kind of just trying to push through this energy and trying to just find something. And so you're stepping into a new experience, and I definitely feel like you are growing and blossoming, and with the goldfish, it's like you're shining, right? You're gold. And so I feel like you're finding yourself a little bit. I feel like that is where this reconciliation comes from. Now, we could definitely kind of split this up and definitely talk about separate things. One thing that I am definitely getting is that you could be overworking. Pay attention to that, okay? Maybe in April you have been overworking, you haven't been taking care of your health properly, and this month you may feel it a little bit, okay? So definitely be careful about that. But if things just haven't been in this like super nice place, I feel like you're definitely kind of overcoming that and getting into a better place. Material wealth could definitely be coming, maybe because of a new experience. Let's see where we go with this, I would say. All right, so starting with career, we have grieving. So that actually definitely makes a lot of sense. That thing of like, it just doesn't feel right. Like there's something that is not clicking. There's something that is not totally, not necessarily aligned with you. I don't think it's a matter of alignment. I feel like it's just a matter of feeling. You know, I feel like the feelings aren't really there, or I almost feel like I'm talking about a relationship, right? But I feel like there's just something that wasn't clicking for you as you're coming into May. I feel like you're just maybe dissatisfied with your career, with your, I keep wanting to say your relationship, and maybe it's like your relationship with your career, you know? Maybe it's not necessarily, how to say this? It's like, I feel like you need inspiration. I feel like you need to have fun in the career that you're in or that you want to go towards. I feel like creativity needs to be there. Fun, excitement, motivation, and I feel like you're lacking a lot of those things. I don't feel like it's necessarily your fault. I feel like it's just, again, maybe there's a disalignment. Maybe there is something that is just not clicking anymore. But let's put some tarot here to kind of dive deeper into that. But I definitely feel like you are not at all satisfied with your career, it appears. We're going to do a little different spread. It has been showing up a little bit more as guidance and not so much, hey, this is going to happen and expect this. But let's just go with the flow and see where the reading takes us. And it's taking us on a very good turn, I must say. I definitely feel like with the Knight of Swords, this can sometimes be seen as anger. and like talking with anger and miscommunication too. I feel like this Knight of Swords, it's you kind of trying to push through a situation. You see how the horse is like rushing, but I feel like you're, instead of taking steps forward, you're taking steps back, right? And this is sort of like the energy that has been showing up, the energy that has been that you've been in, essentially. And I feel like you've been trying to combat that. I feel like you've been gaining knowledge and notion of that, self-awareness, essentially, that you were doing that and that was happening, and I feel like there was just like this continuous like trying to push through and trying to move forward, but you always hit a wall. You would always hit an obstacle, a detour, a delay, something that wasn't allowing you to truly go there. And I feel like now you're kind of getting this, I don't know, perspective. With the King of Swords, I really feel like there's a lot of clarity that is coming from, and maybe if you haven't been doing that, maybe you do need to take a step back. Why isn't this working out? Maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it's because you don't really love it anymore. Because swords, they are very mental, right? And that is definitely, you're a cusp. It's not the super most emotional cusp ever, but you're a human being in the end, right? And especially with Aquarius, it has that sort of humanitarian side and sort of like having a bigger purpose. And I feel like you may need a little bit of that. And so why isn't this working? Or why wasn't it working? Maybe, again, it just wasn't clicking. And it's interesting that I keep wanting to kind of talk about this as if it was a relationship, because I feel like in a way it is. You know how with friendships or even in romantic relationships, but you know how sometimes you just drift apart, you just like grow in different directions. I feel like this is what is happening. I feel like this situation, this career, this job, maybe your boss is wanting you to grow in a certain direction that doesn't even feel right to you anymore. That is okay. You grow. You're not a knight anymore. You're a king. And so I feel like you're seeing yourself in a different way. I feel like you're needing different things. And that self-awareness is the key to everything. Because I feel like once you figure that out, boom, 9 of Cups, you actually find that joy back, that spark back. You see how this was all like, I don't know, very bluish, and maybe we're in the blues, right? But it's very bluish, very, I don't know, cool tone. There's not a lot of life into these two cards. And then we get into the 9 of Cups, yellow, the color of joy, the color of, I don't know, inspiration and happiness and just yay, and excitement. And I feel like that is where you're headed. So this month, you may definitely see a little bit of that. You may feel a little bit more excitement about your career. I feel like you're seeing and feeling excitement to maybe go into a new experience and to find new things. So I really, really like that. So in terms of advice, I feel like you're overthinking a little bit. I feel like it would be important with a Fool especially, go crazy, take a step. I feel like even out of your comfort zone, because right now you are in the comfort zone. Right now you are doing what you're used to do. Right now you are in the same old job. You're just doing whatever you have to do. I don't think it's satisfying you anymore. I don't think it's enough anymore. So don't overthink about taking bold steps into new directions. Okay? Follow your heart, follow your joy, follow your creativity, follow your passions. And you're definitely going to see that 9 of Cups coming through. Okay? Maybe you are even a little confused, like, what are my passions? What do I want to do? I feel like that is going to come to you once you realize that this is not working. And why isn't it working? Okay? So first step, self-awareness. Okay? Being clear with yourself. And then just try to learn about yourself. Maybe even astrology can help, looking into your birth chart. But just looking into like your free time, your interests. What do you like to do? Maybe you're a nature person. Maybe you really love sports. Can you do something with it? Is it a passion of yours? Do you kind of see yourself doing that or something related to that for the rest of your life? Just try new things, explore, okay? But we have external factors. Everything is going to be okay. And we have to take a step back, relax, and eat pizza. I feel like the way to go is something out of this. And it could just simply be something out of this company. Maybe it's the company that is training you. But it could just simply be like something completely out of what you're currently doing. Okay? something out of your comfort zone, something new, something different. All right. But a lot of joy, a lot of happiness is coming this month. Okay. So I feel like you're finding the answer. I feel like everything's going to be okay. Okay. I feel like everything's going to line up perfectly for you. All right. So let's get here into relationships. We have home. That is so beautiful. For those of you that are away from home, you could be traveling to see your parents, see family. With that family sorrow, maybe something happened, and I'm sorry if it did. And I don't think this is like a bad omen or anything like that. If it was to happen, I feel like it already did. But I definitely feel like there is... maybe it could actually just be like the birth of a child, and the family sorrow is... I don't know, maybe this... I'm getting a little bit, not necessarily envy, but like... I don't know, let's say you get along really well with your sister or something like that, and you're like, you used to go out a lot, and now your sister has a child, and it's like, oh, I already know what is ahead of me, I already know what to expect. But with the Fool here and the Ace of Wands, it doesn't necessarily appear to be something bad. I do feel like you're going to feel called to go back home, to maybe go back to your roots, could also be something. Let's see with the tarot, where we go. We have the Two of Swords, we have the Lovers here, and we have the Three of Wands. So definitely some travel here appears to be coming through. I do want to see this Two of Swords, and I do want to see the Lovers. I'm even getting, for some of you, this may actually be like someone broke up with someone, or there was a divorce going on that you didn't know about. Let's say you do have a sister, and it's not the birth of a child, but it is that your sister, I don't know, broke up with someone. She didn't tell anyone, maybe just a few people, because she didn't want to make a big deal out of it, and she's been with that person for ages. And all of a sudden they're getting a divorce. All of a sudden they are just parting their ways. I feel like you didn't know that, and I feel like then you do know. And when you do know, I feel like you're going to want to be close. So I do feel like there could be something going on here. Again, this is kind of showing up in the past. So I feel like whatever happened, it has already happened. I don't think you knew about it. But now I feel like you do know. And now I feel like you want to be close to family, to support them, close to family, to just, be close to those that you love, to give love and to bring a little bit of good vibes. So I do feel like this is someone you're close to, somebody you absolutely adore and love. And I feel like they were going through something that you didn't know. And now that you know, I feel like you just want to go and see them. So I feel like that seems to be the focus for your relationships here. Anything else you want to tell us? Yeah, it's definitely going to be about family. So no big things about relationships, to be honest. It's not that it's not going to happen. Maybe it's just not important. Let's say you're single and you're actually meeting someone this month. Yeah, you're meeting them. But this is a little bit more important, So I definitely feel like there's something going on here. I do feel like someone left someone, something like that. I feel like you were really completely oblivious on this. You did not know at all. But I feel like once you know, it's like you feel the need to be there, Let's see. What is the advice here? We have surrender. You've done everything you could. Speak up. And we have the situation is not what it seems. So again, the situation is not what it seems. You're definitely finding that out if you haven't already. But with the speak up, it's like go and, just pamper them. Just give them a little pep talk if you can. Just really be there. And with this surrender, you've done everything you could. I almost feel like this is something that they may need to hear, especially if it was like a relationship. And they feel like, oh, but I could have done this to maybe salvage things, or I could have done that. And it's like, hey, you've done everything you could, So maybe take this little card with you for the month, and for that trip and for that person. But I feel like it's not necessarily something you need to do here. It's just like, be there. Just be there. That is going to be more than enough. Very welcomed. And they're going to be super grateful for you. Okay, but let's see, here's some self-care stuff for you to do to finish this up. We have move, we have music, maybe a little dance party, we have be creative, and we have be proud. Okay, so my beautiful Capricorn Aquarius, this is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped and resonated. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in some extra content, definitely join us on Patreon. And that is it. So I love you very much. Wish you the best, and hopefully we'll talk very, very soon. Bye.